Welcome to ISTV English News. This is Panorama giving you the news. Let's see the headlines. Laishram Sunil, who went to purchase goods for his soap carrying 2 lakh rupees, has been released after robbing and beating him black and blue by some unknown persons. And International Human Rights Day observed widely in state. News in detail. A shopkeeper identified as Laishram Sunil, who went from his shop at Singjamai supermarket carrying 2 lakh rupees in cash to purchase goods on December 8, has been robbed of the cash and beaten black and blue by some unknown persons. He was released at a place at Hangang in an unconscious state. He has been admitted to Jainim's hospital, where his condition is stated to be critical. He is unable to speak, our video journalist Sanjoy reported. It is not known as yet who kidnapped him and how. Police have registered a case and started investigating into the incident. It may be recalled that a sit-in demonstration was held at Singjamai Bazaar yesterday in protest against the disappearance of Laishram Sunil. December 10 is being observed as the International Human Rights Day in the world. The day was observed widely in the state too. Committee on Human Rights COHR observed the day at Manipur Press Lodge. President of All Manipur Bar Association, Senior Advocate Kaiden Mani, Chairman of COHR Funindro Konsam, President of Amuko Dr. Y. Mani, and many distinguished persons took part in the observance. Speaking at the observance, Advocate Kaiden Mani said the United Nations UN was formed in the year 1945 by many countries in the world that realized the destructive consequences of the Second World War, where thousands and thousands of people died and lost their properties. He further said 3 years later, in 1948, a declaration of 30 agenda was announced unanimously against the violation of human rights. In his speech, social scientist Danabir Laishram opined that human rights have been violated in the world due to the international declaration made by the UN, but was not properly followed by many countries. This is the main reason why so many unwanted incidents are happening around in the world, he added. All Assistant Sub-Inspectors ASI Selected Candidates and Guardians Association today held a sit-in demonstration at Thangmaiban bus stand in protest against non-issuance of appointment order to the candidates who have succeeded in the recruitment test for appointing Assistant Sub-Inspectors held in 2010. Many of those who took part in the demonstration expressed unhappiness over the state government's apathy toward the ASI selected candidates. They said, though memorandum had been submitted to the Deputy Chief Minister, nothing has been done so far. Unless the government issues the appointment letters as soon as possible, various movements will be launched. The selected candidates appeal to the government to issue the letters of appointment before the ensuing winter session of the State Legislative Assembly.
Candidates in the palm, appointment order P. The Gavs, this is a fixed on later. The Yari, two Matamda, Ninkam Pamje, Pumping Ice da. Hydopio, senior Hygienics, Koiki, Hydopia, the Kogi, Makatawa, Taweava, Towagan, and Lebnaria.
Popular singer and upcoming Manipuri film actor Kagembam Chitra, residing at Kurai Kongpal Ningthobung Laikai, today distributed clothes and foodstuffs to the women staying at Manipur Mahila Kalyan Samiti, Kabolaikai, and Dulalan Children Home. General Secretary of Mahila Kalyan Samiti, Jamini, thanked the singer-actor for extending generous help to the children. She also appealed to the people to contribute generously to the cause of the children. Chitra said she was lending a helping hand to the children out of affection. She would extend help as much as she can, she said. Now the national and international news. India's Kailash Satyarthi and Pakistan's Malala Yousafzai, who won this year's Nobel Peace Prize for their fight against the oppression of children and their right to education, will today receive the award at a ceremony in Oslo. Even if one single child is in danger, then the entire world is in danger, Mr. Satyarthi, 60, said on Tuesday at a joint press conference with 17-year-old Malala, with whom he will share the $1.1 million prize. We are not here just to accept our award and get this medal and go back home. No, we are here to tell the children especially that you need to stand up, you need to speak up for your rights, said the teen, the youngest ever Nobel laureate who survived a near-fatal attack by the Taliban in 2012 for advocating girls' right to education. Describing Malala as a wonderful girl, Mr. Satyarthi said she is the bravest child one could think of. She is like my daughter. I adore and respect her a lot, he said. Their pairing has the extra symbolism of linking neighboring countries that have been in conflict for decades. After being named for the award, Malala has said she hoped the prime ministers of both nations would attend the prize-giving ceremony in Oslo. The Pakistani teen has dominated Nobel coverage in the media, but Mr. Satyarthi said he did not mind. I never in my life tried to be in the limelight because I work with children who are most invisible, the activist said. There is an Assam connection to this year's Nobel Prize ceremony, with a special tea served at the grand banquet coming from the northeastern state of India. For the first time, the Nobel Museum tea blend, created in honor of the scientist and Nobel creator Alfred Nobel, form a part of the Nobel banquet. The blend is made of Assam and Chinese Kimon tea. In honor of Alfred Nobel, we have composed a special tea blend. The blend is based on a Chinese Kimon tea produced in Kimen country situated in Anhui province. Blended together with an Indian Assam tea, this tea attains a gorgeous color and lovely scent, the Nobel Museum here said about the unique tea. The mass conversion of some 200 people in Uttar Pradesh on Monday raised sharp protests in Parliament on Wednesday, with the opposition demanding the BJP-led government's explanation. In both houses, opposition MPs attacked the BJP over the conversions organized in Agra, reportedly by groups linked to the ruling party's ideological mentor RSS, or Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangha. The activists have announced another similar events in Aligarh on December 25th. The House and the country need reassurance that the Constitution will not be violated, said Congress leader Anand Sharma in the Rajya Sabha. The Prime Minister must clarify, said Left leader Sitaram Yechury. An FIR or police complaint has been filed on the complaint of a villager who has alleged that 57 Muslim families chosen from a rag picker colony in the Taj Mahal town were given inducements to convert. Coast Guard ship Barracuda is 75 feet by 15 feet vessel, which can house 20-odd sailors, may be small by warship standards, but it is a great lift for India. Barracuda, designed and built by the Kolkata-based Garden Reach Shipbuilders, is India's first warship which is to be exported. Mauritius is buying it for rupees 350 crore. It will be handed over to Mauritius in another 10 days. 2 more ships are under construction at the Goa shipyard, another defense public sector unit, and will be sold to Sri Lanka. The offshore patrol vessel will be used to police Mauritian waters spread over 1.9 million square kilometers against piracy, smuggling, illegal fishing, and drug trafficking. It will also provide logistically support, including search and rescue operations. The Barracuda has another feature, that is a first for its class, a pollution control chute that can be used to deal with oil spills. In a landmark decision by the central government, the Home Ministry has informed Parliament that attempt to suicide will no longer be treated as a criminal offence. The Home Ministry informed Parliament that the government has decided to delete Section 309 of the Indian Penal Code, which criminalizes attempt to suicide. The centre also said that 18 states and 4 union territories have supported deleting Section 309. The move was recommended by the Law Commission along with amendment of certain other sections of the CRPC and IPC in consultation with all stakeholders. The Law Commission in its recommendation had said that Section 309 needs to be effected from the statute book because the provision is inhuman irrespective of whether it is constitutional or unconstitutional. The repeal of the anachronistic law contained in Section 309 of the Indian Penal Code would save many lives and relieve the distress of his suffering, it had said. Terming the ties with India as a privileged strategic partnership, Russian President Vladimir Putin on Tuesday night disclosed that construction of nuclear plants besides military and technical cooperation was high on the agenda during his visit to New Delhi. Seeking to dispel the perception that Russia-India ties had lost some warmth, Mr. Putin described India as a reliable and time-tested partner, although he spoke of a gradual transition from the producer-consumer model to joint development and production of advanced weapons systems. Dismissing concern in India about military cooperation between Russia and Pakistan, the president said, "We have held talks on Russia's possible assistance in improving effectiveness of counter-terrorism and anti-drug operations." The Russian leader spoke warmly about Prime Minister Narendra Modi, describing him as a reputable political leader who has already made a significant personal contribution to the promotion of the Russian-Indian cooperation. Mr. Putin said during his 6th visit to India, he looked forward to specific steps aimed at strengthening the privileged strategic partnership between the two countries, during which particular attention would be given to expanding trade and economic links, besides boosting mutual investment. Well, that's all we have for now, but before we wind up, let's have a quick look at headlines once more. Lashram Sunil, who went to purchase goods for his shop carrying 2 lakh rupees, has been released after robbing and beating him black and blue by some unknown persons. And International Human Rights Day observed widely in state. Thank you for watching the news, and for more updates, please stay tuned.